77, 77, 77 episodes in the pod and profession. What will they say next is the most common question. What sneakers are they laced in, or how are they dressing? What's the theme of the episode, or what are they addressing? What brand are the microphones that they stay blessing? How many takes does it take to get the sound check in? But the real question is, how long will they stay chefing? We gonna be here for a while, yeah, no plans to press in. So if you ain't here for it, you can get to stepping.
Everything should just operate. just say turn on. If we have some bitch that we could talk to on a fucking machine on our desks all the time, say, hey, turn the heat down, and this motherfucker can do it.
You have that?
No, hell no, I wouldn't put nobody in my... I would never put that speaker in my house. What the fuck do I look like? We already got our phones and shit. Now I'm going to just add one that's like a direct link.
Talking about like Alexa or whatever.
Alexa,
Google
Siri, all these motherfucking...
hey Google,
concoctions that they've
play
created.
Sam the bitch.
We have to make things very convenient, and then people will buy them no matter how stupid it is to have it in their house. It's literally you've tapped your own crib.
I forgot where I heard this quote and who said it, but the bigger the problem you solve, the more rich you will become, pretty much, if you're inventing things. So like
Biggie.
No. What?
More money, more problems, motherfucker.
Well,
I forget who said it. You said it. You like translated it for all the white people.
No, but that's different though.
The more problems. I do inquire.
No.
Inquire.
See,
inquire is not even the word I was looking for.
No, you're wrong. That's
Shut
what
up.
you're talking about. What you're talking about is what happens after you get the money. I'm talking about the bigger the problem you solve. And whatever solution you're creating,
more money,
your
more
product
problems.
is, that's the more.
It's
that's
more
how you
money,
make
more
money.
problems, essentially.
But it's the inverse of that.
More problems, more money. That's usually not what
that's
happens.
true. More problems, more
It's
money.
usually just more problems, more problems.
Why do you think somebody created toilet paper? What the fuck do you think they were using to wipe their ass before that? This person is probably
leaves, dude.
very,
I bet
very
you leaves are
successfully
very
rich.
efficient.
Whoever fucking makes Charmin is probably fucking balling the fuck out. You know,
Charmin, Angel Soft,
right?
fucking
You know why? Because
Aldi
wiping your
brand.
ass is big business. Did you ever think of that?
anything shit related is pretty big business, dude. It's pretty fucked up, but it's true.
I'm just saying that's a pretty big problem. And they were like, "Yo, I got the solution for you." I wonder how it started off. It probably was like terrible. We complain about like a one-ply sheet.
The R&D version, like how it all came about. Like,
Yeah.
damn, we need more plies.
Like that paper mache and shit.
What
they were
consti-
using.
I would like to know what constitutes like a ply. Like, how did you decide a ply is this thickness, and also we need two of them?
And how did you come to the realization that you can fuse two of them?
Listen, this
Even
might
to
get,
some
this might
degree,
get graphic,
you can
but how
fuse
many?
three of them.
This
And
might
not confuse. Can fuse. Let me.
No, there's a happy
Enunciate.
medium. You don't need three ply.
3-ply is fine with me. I don't give a fuck. Look, as long as it's not one ply and my ass doesn't feel like I just tore through it with like
Oh, one ply.
something
One
jagged
ply.
and disgusting.
Dude,
Yeah.
Vivi
Pause.
bought
That
a
sounds
whole
all
pack
terrible.
of like 32 one-ply toilet paper rolls, and I told her if she ever does that again, I'm leaving.
I think Scott is the only one who makes those, right?
Scott who?
Scott, like the brand. It's like this enormous fucking roll and it's one ply.
I think it's Scott's.
Whatever it is. It's
not like
it's
Mike.
not good. Why do they
Mike makes these one-ply toilet papers. No, it'll be like probably like Michael's.
Isn't 2-ply an innovation? I would
Yeah.
think it would be. So,
I mean, I'm
so why
assuming-
are you still making 1-ply when it's been like 100 years now probably since people have been using 2-ply toilet paper. Get with the times. Scott's.
One-ply. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure if you were to go to the supermarket and be like, okay, which one of these are cheaper by the square, right?
Right.
I think that you would end up paying less if you were to buy a 2 to 3 ply toilet paper than if you were to buy a one, because you have to like triple and quadruple up on that layer.
There's a strength factor, right? Because like I want to make sure that my toilet paper is
And
strong
this
enough
is-
so that.
there's only so much shit humor we want to talk about, right? Like I don't mind talking
but
shit,
it's true when you think about it. Yeah. Right.
but like I
About
like to
that.
talk shit otherwise. But no,
Yeah.
I think that you're probably right. It's an innovation. However, I think it's
I'm just trying to speak to the fact
It's
that
hard
that
to not
person,
think of toilet paper never existing.
I mean, yeah, for sure. It's a very disgusting time, probably,
Yeah.
and it probably wasn't that far off. I don't know how long
I think
people
we've
have been
had toilet
using-
paper for a long time. We've had plumbing, like I think I don't know, somewhere overseas they had when they dug up their civilization, they had like toilets, like modern toilets almost. It's pretty crazy. The first toilets
Yeah, but there's
were
still
made
countries in the ground,
like
in the
thousands
world
of years
that,
ago.
that shit in the ground. You know, like just
That's
a hole
probably
in
by
the ground.
choice, man.
Yeah, I think so because I think China does that. And
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's.
were we talking about that or?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I think Vivi was talking.
I don't
to me
know. There's
about
been
it.
a lot of
I
episodes.
heard that and we could be wrong, but from what I understand, that like the children shit in the streets a lot in China. Like
pretty
little
gross.
children, like like they just have like,
Just run around butt ass and drop a deuce
huh? Yeah, like
like a fucking dog in the
they
yard.
just like literally like just walk away and after they've pooped. Like I don't know if I saw pictures of children running around with like slits in their undergarments, and then they would just like literally crouch down hidden tiger and be out. Well, not hidden tiger, exposing tiger out.
Oh yeah, it's tiger all out.
Yeah, but enough of that. Enough of that.
Yeah. Well,
Oh man. You know, shit humor only can go so far until
It's
it goes too far.
yeah, but no, I think it's funny though because I'm immature. Like I don't know if
I'm
you
always
saw my
immature.
most recent, probably the most recent thing I posted on Facebook outside of the KKP
Like
stuff.
what, you posted a poop?
No, I said I went into the kitchen at work and I wrote poop on the dry erase board. And every time I went in there and it was still there, I walked through the door, saw it, and left. And I was like,
I did that.
like, yeah. And then eventually they'll erase it, and everything else that's on the board is still up there. But
Poop was
they let it live for a
We'll
minute.
always know
Yeah.
you wrote poop right up there. Yo, the
yeah,
kitchens
because
at
they
work-
can't erase it very well, and you could still see like the faded out POOP. So that's why I can talk about poop all day and be fine.
Kitchens at workplaces are hilarious. Actually, like it's a pretty funny place. It's like we share this. It's like we have a kitchen. Kitchens are pretty intimate spots, man. So like
They are.
so
That's the bad
have you
thing
ever
about
had
having a
anybody
kitchen
people
at work.
steal your food?
Yes.
Really, you've had people steal your food?
Somebody stole my Jimmy Dean's breakfast bowl. I was real excited for
Are
it.
you serious?
Yeah.
They stole
You can't leave things in there for too long because people, like, literally, the problem in our company, we have, like, a lot of contractors come in.
thieves. These motherfuckers stole my breakfast.
This was a couple years back, and I was real mad about it, But,
dude, fuck
but
all
we
that.
have a lot of contractors come in and out. So, like, they'll
They'll just steal food.
they'll come in and be hired for, like, 3 days, and then they decide that they don't like the job, and then they'll leave. And then, so
Oh,
we have just such a big, like,
I thought you meant like contractors coming to work on the building.
no.
Like, why are they using your refrigerator?
Who would steal 32 lunches? I'll tell you who stole those lunches. It was that damn Sasquatch.
I just don't understand how Norm Macdonald and that dude that looks like Chris Farley got there. Who was the other guy? It was Norm Macdonald and the other. Who was the fucking? It was a fat guy, right?
Yeah, I forgot what his name is. Like his real name.
Talking Billy Madison.
It's Carl and Frank. So
It's not Carl and Frank. Carl is the guy that works for his father.
who's the other friend?
Frank? I don't know. Now you've lost me. So next topic.
Well,
So should we introduce ourselves?
so if we're using that for the show, sure.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we were gonna. I thought we were podding. The
Yeah.
red light's on.
Well, you're right. The red light is on, so I guess we are. Pod.
Who's ready to do somebody? Have you done mic check?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then why the fuck wouldn't we be podding?
I don't know. If you're asking who is podding, by the way, it is us, the Kiona and Kasson podcast. Figure I'd just roll from what you're talking about.
that is us podding. Actually,
And yeah, and this is episode number 77.
77.
77.
Oh, is there anybody in it who?
I got to fact check because you just made me worry. The fact that we have to fact check this is real terrible. But yeah, 77.
Man, that's we're balls deep in this pod and shit, man.
Yeah.
Balls fucking deep.
Balls deep. Like the next step is stuffing a ball in too.
That's a skilled woman.
Skilled.
Skilled indeed.
Yeah.
77.
Yeah, welcome to the show. I'm your host,
7-11.
Adam. I'm here with my brother, Osama. And, we're doing what we do.
Adam,
What we do, what
a.k.a.
we do,
Grizzly
what we do,
Adams.
what we do, what we-
That's going to stick. That's your new a.k.a. Grizzly Adams.
Listen, but
You
my
gotta come
beard
up with
is
a-
much more well-kept than a Grizzly Adam.
You don't know that?
I do know that.
I bet you.
We've had so many advancements in the art of beard shaping, and I use those things.
Are you telling me Grizzly Adams' beard was less manlier than yours?
It was just more. No, I mean honestly, it was more rugged. Good for you, Grizzly Adam.
You're Grizzly Adam. Yep.
I mean,
Everybody who is watching this here podcast, understand Adam's new AKA, because I've been trying to find one for a while. All the AKAs I had for him when we were younger were really fucked up. So
what I can't really see, but that's bullshit because what I'm supposed to go and find a way to talk about Osama,
yeah. Figure it out, motherfucker. Be a creative. You're a Grizzly Adam. You got the beard and everything. You cut it. Maybe you're not. Maybe you look like a fucking petty. But it doesn't.
What? What?
Yeah. Listen, people
What?
with naked faces look like could be pedophiles, man.
Listen,
not that they are.
I am not a person who enjoys the.
Yo,
naked
what
face
the
look.
fuck is with people like those white guys that cut their sideburns clear off? Yo, is that
And it's flat on the side.
Yo,
Yeah, I
those
don't
dudes are automatically racist, right?
Yeah, I don't think
I don't see how you can't. That's like
because that's a homegrown haircut.
no, that's just
That's a
somebody who's
homegrown
like,
haircut.
I don't
You
even
take-
want sideburns.
You take a 1 or a 2 or
How
some
about
shit,
you, sideburns?
and you cut
You
the
want
whole
some of this
thing.
milk?
Yeah, you take like a number 2 and you just go across the head and then you cut the sideburns off so you don't have to worry about lining anything up. That's a homegrown haircut. And the fact that people sell that shit to you in a store now, come over here, I cut your hair like this, which you could easily do by yourself in 5 minutes.
Dude, it literally is taking. It's the most laziest way to cut your hair. I think it's the laziest way to shave. You're like, no, I don't want sideburns. It's just it goes straight across. You're so fucking racist. It seems like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only equate that to racist white guys.
Where they cut theirs off, that's basically where mine starts.
It's real weird to me. I don't know. I know we got off topic a little bit.
we just constantly.
But yeah, oh yeah. That's the thing. If you're watching and you like Adam's new AKA, his new nickname, Grizzly Adam, and I think you all watch, all of you that are watching know us to some extent, and if you don't, you know us a little bit because you watch.
That's true. It
Adam?
depends when you started watching.
Yeah, it's true. But we are 77 episodes in. High fucking five.
And on that same note, welcome to any new viewers.
Yep.
Welcome back to all returning viewers.
Yep.
You wanna get into
Yeah, I mean, I would.
breach the topic now?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I mean, we might as well get into it.
All right. Well, while we were recording last week, I think we had we're 80% way of the way in.
Yeah.
We had heard some unfortunate news that we were unable to confirm. Or
I'd even
deny.
say we were a little deeper in than that.
We were almost done. I remember there was probably maybe 20 minutes after that.
Yeah, because Adam probably edited pretty well, but at one point, Vivi, who you know is my girlfriend, was walked in and interrupted us a little bit, and she had this look on her face, and when she kind of was just and obviously by now you guys all know the news, and we're kind of a little late with the show.
Definitely assume that you would know the news.
Right,
now. I
right.
don't know how you wouldn't.
It
'cause
seems
literally
it's
everywhere now.
worldwide, but obviously you know that she came in and she told us that Kobe Bryant had passed away in a helicopter crash.
Which seems crazy. I mean, just
Crazy,
saying that.
man. Just saying it.
And I
is
think
fucking nuts.
while I was going back editing, I kind of re-experienced the moment for a minute because you see let me give you a disclaimer here because honestly, neither one of us can say that we're the biggest Kobe Bryant fan in a basketball sense.
Well, I'll get to that. Let me discuss
yeah,
my this relationship with
you can
Kobe
go ahead
Bryant.
and do that later. But yes, I'm just basically But when we heard the news, I think there was a look of shock, and then just some kind of hit of sadness that hit right away.
Oh, it was extreme sadness.
And
so also what we need, why we didn't why? Because we said we were into the show 85% in. Like, we
Yeah.
were almost finished. The reason we didn't bring it up last week is because of the fact that, as you all know, TMZ reported it early, and actually nothing had been
Fuck
reported.
them for that, by the way.
Of 100%. We can get to that later. Honestly, this is just a way to. We're just here to talk about, a great human being, in my opinion. So what happened was, obviously nothing came out after TMZ reported it for what,
There was like
10, 15 minutes.
at least, and there was like all these weird random reports going on, and nothing was being confirmed, and there was just like no way for us to know for sure. The thing is, like, what's weird about it to me is, of course, like, 14 hours earlier, his name is big in the news.
We
because
seen him on
LeBron.
TV. He dapped LeBron up the night before when LeBron passed him for third. Is it
third on the all-time scoring
third on the
list.
all-time scoring list? Which, congratulations to LeBron, man.
Right.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Um,
And if it's one thing, something
Yeah.
like this makes me realize is like, because
appreciate greatness, man.
as Chicago sports fans specifically, right? We're more like a loyal fan base. You can't really root for anybody else, you know. So every time like Kobe was on TV, and I knew he was first of all coming to destroy our team, because that's just what happened at that point. Like, MJ was gone. There was a 4 or 5 year period where they're just running shit. So now it kind of gives me a new outlook, and also want to just make sure that I appreciate these people when they're around, you know?
100%, man. It was hard because, like you said, it was like 10 or 15 minutes. Nothing came up.
Yeah.
And I think it was confirmed right at the, we confirmed it wasn't confirmed, and we were like, okay, before we read anything that says for sure,
Yeah.
we're just going to finish it. It could be a rumor, right? Obviously, like all of us, we were all in disbelief. Nobody wants to believe that something like that could happen.
I want to understand like how the reports were like wrong so often, right? Like,
yeah, man.
there's one
Like
that
Rick
said,
Fox said he
Right.
would. Rick, and I saw, we've been watching all of these interviews all week. I don't know if you've seen the Rick Fox one, but he's like, man, that put my family and people I know through some of the craziest shit
Yeah.
for such a, like, because he didn't know.
yeah.
And he said,
And then it sucks for him to be in that position where like after, he has to make an announcement to everybody, hey, I'm still alive, like I wasn't there. Then like, I don't know, it's just like it's really fucked up kind of situation to be in.
because nobody's as relieved as they are. It's not a relieved situation because Kobe's still
Right.
and we're still learning. At first it was 5 people, 7, 9.
And of course, we want to make sure we keep those people and their
Yeah,
families.
and I do want to read off the names. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to pull it up while we're talking.
Yeah, actually, I took a screenshot of it earlier so I can make sure I remembered it. But yeah, it's like, of course, when Kobe's who we're familiar with, right? So we're gonna always like, he's gonna be the biggest impact for us, like, but always want to make sure we keep
every
other
live is
people in
important.
thought. Yeah,
It's just, it's amplified or magnified because of the we'll get to that in 1 second. I just want to kind of break down the timeline of
yeah,
why we didn't go through it last week. And so we went back and we recorded the rest of the show, and it was confirmed, but we didn't want to talk about it last week because of, I think we had already jumped through the show, and it was deserving of a larger segment,
yeah, for sure.
or if not an entire show itself. I don't know. So, full disclaimer, because Adam did say it, like, we didn't have like our relationship with Kobe. Obviously, being Chicago fans and growing up around during the Michael Jordan era, I grew up a little bit. I was a little bit older through it. Adam, younger.
Well, see, that's the thing about his career is it was 21 years long, right? He came in '96.
Kobe was 20 years. 20 years he played.
So he came in '96. I was 6 years old probably at the time. And then he played for 20 years. So I was 26 when he retired.
Yeah.
So like his whole career was like me growing up.
And that is the difference for me, because although I'll just say it, like, I just want I kind of, I don't know, like, I kind of want to just give like my thoughts on him real quick.
Yeah.
And Adam knows this, but like for the longest time I hated Kobe Bryant, like, and in sports for some reason we use that word a lot, and I really want to stop using it, But I despised him, man. Like I really just, it's like, who is this dude, man? Like, why is he walks like Mike, he talks like Mike, he plays like him, he does everything. And us being extremely huge MJ fans, the household, the family,
Yeah.
it was like, and being Chicago fans, like Adam stated, we're diehard. We ride with our team, even though I don't really fuck with the Bulls right now, but that's a whole nother
Yeah,
topic.
they're not very good.
And I was just like, man, who's this dude? Who is he to think that he could be MJ, right? So I hated him for that. He copied everything he did, but I started to realize, and I've said this to Adam before, that if he copied everything Mike did, if he did everything that MJ did,
Yeah.
so did we all.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one.
We all did.
There was a whole like Mike campaign, pretty much.
If he wanted to be like Mike, so did we.
Yeah.
If he wanted to play like Mike, so did we.
Right.
I used to I couldn't stop doing reverse layups for the long and I got pretty good at them. Not to toot my own horn later on in life.
I got pretty good at blocking them later
Bullshit,
on.
bullshit. But this is like, me and Adam have been playing ball our whole lives. Like, I think Adam might be I introduced it to him maybe a little earlier than it was introduced to me. But I remember having Fisher Price rims when I was younger.
Yeah.
But like my earliest memories is like 7 years old playing ball.
Yeah.
And it was always MJ, and that's why I hated Kobe so much. But like
it was funny because you know how like throwing things in the trash when you yell Kobe like became a thing. I was always like,
we were
nope.
so anti that. We were so anti
Like Jordan
yelling Kobe. Like, why is it not Jordan? But like, it is Kobe. It is
right.
It doesn't feel any other. It doesn't feel good to say it any other way. It doesn't roll off the tongue. So the only reason I'm saying that is because even if he did that, we all did that.
Yeah.
I cannot fault him for being the best one,
and
the only one to really be worthy of saying he was able to do it.
And at 17, being like, "Yeah, I'm good enough to go do that,
dude."
now,
and he had this confidence about him, and so I can never. Later in his career, I started to really appreciate Kobe Bryant for who he is, what he is, and what he means.
Yeah,
and Adam's right. He was our childhood, like. I remember when Kobe Bryant was drafted. I remember because I was 11, 12 years old. Basketball cards was life.
Yeah.
So we played with basketball cards. Not played, I'm sorry. We collected basketball cards. I got Kobe Bryant rookie cards sitting in my room, right? Like that.
It's funny how that shit became like a competition, to like, I got to make sure that
I need this better than yours. I got that Kobe card. You got that Kobe card. And I remember watching, but also not. But Kobe's always been around. I've always watched his game because he's always been the one that's been in the spotlight for good reason.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, man, I'm sad. I'm gonna miss him. I've been watching a lot of these clips.
Yeah, for sure.
All week, and the Mamba camp.
Yep.
And he was really. Becoming very instrumental in a lot of young kids' lives. And like all the influence he was going to be providing or was providing and has provided.
Well, even as in the latter end of his career, he was still helping like newer talent. And he would train with them in the
off season, or they would come to play. He was good for it. Like Kobe was on his way to becoming like the ambassador of the league, like if not like the unofficial. I don't know, like commissioner eventually. You know what I mean? Like he was en route to becoming so great at what he was doing after he was great and had mastered a craft that few get to ever reach that level in.
Yeah, I mean the thing that really kind of made me mad a little bit around this whole thing is you have your people who are like, oh well, Kobe was like, he did this, this, and this. Like, you guys are sitting here.
I was getting really angry about that. And people can say what they want, but honestly, after I don't even want to get into it. Like, I don't even want to talk about that because that's like that's on a whole nother thing of the man's gone.
I'll say it like this: Kobe was a kid coming up in the spotlight from 17, right? And everybody's going to make their mistakes, but at least what I saw from him that I appreciated is he led by example and actions on how to go and make retribution for those things and make it. As he grew, he literally grew.
Right.
You know?
Oh, he was, and that's all it is, man. Like honestly, all I'm saying is he was on his way. He was influencing many lives, and him being around for people to see him, for kids to get the chance to meet him, was so big and influential in their lives. You never know what trajectory it changed the course to. And he's just going to be missed, and it's super sad. And I want to say our condolences are out to Vanessa and his 3 other daughters.
Yeah.
If you want to read off the names of the other people that passed, and I also want to ask Adam, to kind of talk about what Kobe means. I know I've given my whole spiel, but I wanted to talk about it, all week.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not really necessarily finished, but I would like to hear what Adam has to say about it too.
Yeah. Well, let me read off the 9 victims.
Yes, please.
Outside of them, and excuse me, please, if I get these names wrong. I don't really know 100% if I'm pronouncing them right.
Your time.
So you have John Altobelli, baseball coach at Orange Coast College. His wife Carrie and their daughter Alyssa. Rest in peace to all 3 of them. That's
rest in peace.
Fucked up too, man. Basketball coach Christina Mauser, Sarah Chester and her daughter Peyton, and the pilot Era Zobayan.
Including Kobe,
right,
Bryant, and Gianna Bryant.
Yeah, rest in peace to all of them.
Rest in peace.
And all the families are our thoughts, because
I
can't imagine. There's a whole lot of questions I still have revolving around the circumstances, but I mean that's not anything that I can really ever.
It was so foggy out, man. They said they couldn't even get up to the crash site until a little while later.
Yeah, it's funny because you listened to the most recent Joe Budden pod, right? When he's talking about this.
I haven't gotten through it all. Actually, I wanted to. There's a few. So there's Joe Budden's podcast, and actually, shout out to Foamer Simpson and his brother Buckets. They have the Foamy and Buckets podcast. They actually recorded one. I think a special podcast for this week, dedicated to Kobe as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get to that as well. So. Maybe we'll put the link for those guys their podcast as well if you guys want to. Well, any Kobe lovers really want to kind of just deep dive with others and take a trip down memory lane.
Well, what I was getting to with that was Rory said he was in Cali at the time and maybe 20, 30 minutes.
I did hear that part. Yeah.
He said it was super foggy, he could barely see out of his window. So I mean that speaks to it. I don't really know all the circumstances around with the pilot and communicating with the tower and all. I don't know. I can't prove any of those things. Everything is kind of just weird right now.
At this point, we just know we lost 9 lives that we're taking too soon, and we're very promising. And
I'm honestly I'll say I'm kind of surprised at how bad this kind of hurts me.
Oh, I'm very surprised, dude. Honestly, all week I've been really down thinking about it. It's kind of like you see those memes where it says nobody, and then me every 5 minutes, damn Kobe. Yeah. And it's kind of like that. It's sad. It's
and the thing that's
you see how it influences the world. Everybody's fucking sad. Italy and over in Asia because it's such a big thing over there, and Kobe's such a big person.
And he would go over there a lot. But yeah, I don't know. And the nice thing, and it's kind of weird. You hate to again, I think it's kind of the getting the flowers after you're gone type of thing. But all these stories from his peers in the league, commentators and analysts and shit, they all have some kind of good story to tell about him.
It's really nice to be able to take a trip down memory lane with them because they've gotten insight into Kobe that we would never have.
I was most interested to hear from Shaq. And then that was the most tear-jerking one, I think.
Shaq, I went and heard. I wanted to hear. I saw a video with Ron Artest.
Yeah.
I saw one with Lamar Odom, but I didn't get the chance to see it. LeBron's hurting.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, and that both of them got a tattoo commemorating him.
Yeah.
The whole world. The whole world, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
the whole world is really grieving over this.
He's a legend, an icon. he turned out to be, one of the biggest things in sports history. So he's obviously more than that. Altogether, just rest in peace, man. It's a crazy story. To this point, it's been a week now, and it's still surreal. Kind of like there are people who are like, "Oh, how can you like feel so bad about somebody you never met?" But it's like, again, we did grow up with him.
Not
type
that
of
we
thing.
didn't. It's we've never met him, correct?
Right.
But basketball is so important to both of us.
Yeah.
Like very important, and it's funny. This happening has really got me back to I actually tried to go play ball yesterday, but the gym had kids playing, which is fine. Fuck the kids. No. They had kids leagues playing, and which is fine. So I didn't get the chance to play yesterday, but it's kind of influenced me to get back to playing because I truly do miss it. But to the point what Adam was trying to make, it's not that we haven't met him, but Hoopers feel like the community. We're part of that community regardless, right?
Yeah.
We're not in the league and that's whatever, but we've been playing so long and we've watched these people play. Some of them have grown up with us.
Yeah.
Some of them are our same age. Kobe was 41. I'm 34 years old. LeBron is my age.
There's 82
Carmelo's
games,
my age.
not including the playoffs, right? So you're at least half the year. These people are on TV damn near every night.
You're watching them, and there was a time where you didn't need cable to watch. And we were able to see. And though we haven't met them, there's a connection there, right? Like there's basketball feels like a brotherhood. Even if you're not part of that one, you feel like from afar you know him. You shared a passion at least to some extent.
Yeah.
And that's how you're sad. And you're sad over everybody. You're not just sad, but it's crazy because you're like, damn, Kobe was on a trajectory that none of us ever were. And his daughter was seemingly perfect. Not that, you don't
Right.
but not she was a great daughter, it seemed. They seemed to be so compatible as father and daughter.
Yeah.
It's like, why did it happen? But what are you supposed to do, man?
Yeah.
Do you have any Do you have any moments that stick out with Kobe, or is it just a whole bunch of fucking Kobe moments? Fucking Kobe.
Yeah, pretty much. It's funny because like there's certain rap songs that'll come on and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm passing the ball like just like Kobe" type of thing. Like there's a lot of like obviously that shit talk about him, but I mean obviously he had like his big standout performances like the 81. And he scored 60 his last game. And
that 60 that last game was crazy. I was like, this fucking guy is a beast, man. Like, nobody else is going out with the 60 piece.
I would say one of the moments that stands out to me the most and kind of like encompasses Kobe is when I think he was like somewhere near the end of the game and he dislocated his finger and then he just snapped it back in.
Yeah,
and back into the
like
game.
So that's how you do that.
Yeah.
No, he was cut from a different cloth, man. He wasn't. Not many put in the work like Kobe put in the work, if anybody. And if they do, it's because Kobe created a blueprint for youngins to follow.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's so hurtful, right? Like Kobe's been so visible in a way that he wanted to pass down knowledge from the game to the new generation.
Yeah. He wanted to take the torch kind of thing.
Yeah, almost as bad as he wanted to win, it seemed.
Yeah.
Like I think he had a passion for educating on the game.
I think like it's just that Mamba mentality where it's like nothing done half-assed type of thing, right? So if you're gonna do something, you're gonna go and just throw your all into it, and that's kind of been what encompassed a lot of what Kobe.
Yeah, it's an act.
Yeah.
Just put the work in, and things will happen.
Yeah.
It's honestly made me think about things in life a little bit more in that perspective, right? Like I'm like, why am I doing anything I'm not passionate about?
Yeah.
Why do we not, like, this podcast is something we're very passionate about. We love doing it. We'd like to do more. It's just do we have to do something during the week we're not extremely passionate about because we need
9 to 5 gets in the way.
Yeah, the 9 to 5 does get in the way, and
yeah. Not
to say we're not aware of being able, having a job like that is a great position to be in compared to some that don't. But when you're not passionate about it, what are you doing? Really, you know. And I think that's what Kobe was very what he represented is be passionate about the things that you're doing in life.
Literally YOLO.
YOLO, you literally only live once, man. Like what the fuck? Like so like for
And then
me
as you get older, you start to realize, like, yeah, people use that as a stupid thing, but it's pretty true. Like,
it's put things in perspective for me, man. I really am trying to think about ways to really start tipping the scale in favor of in terms of percentage wise, me doing majority of things I enjoy doing and love, compared to what I have to what I have to,
right.
you know. And as you do more you're passionate about, I think you get to do less. You have the privilege of getting to the point where you have to do less of the have to stuff, and what you have to do is the things that you are passionate about to continue. You know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, you're saying it a long-winded way, but
I am. I just I don't know how to. I'm trying to say correctly, but
yeah,
you know, there's a lot of shit that in life that just out of circumstance you make yourself do,
yeah,
or you put yourself in circumstances that make yourself, you know, have to, you know, do certain things in life. And I think if you know, follow the Kobe mentality, you're like, no, passion over anything else.
Yeah.
You know, loving what you do is important.
which is funny because I'll tell you this much: what encompasses that for me, you asked like how I felt about this whole thing when Kobe in general, right? I spent so much time arguing with people that Michael Jordan was better. Like I spent so much time arguing with people growing up.
Hours, arguments,
Like, bro, no.
friendships.
Don't even. I went as far as getting stat sheets together. I made stat sheets
I don't do all that
to prove
but,
this.
You know.
But yeah, man, it was like I was not gonna lose that argument. That's what I was saying, right? I was very I was persistent, and I made sure that I was gonna persevere. But like that wholeheartedness going into that argument alone, right? Like, no, this is how I feel, and it's right, and I'm gonna keep sticking to it until
That's Mamba mentality.
I don't. Maybe that's not. Maybe that's just like toxic.
That's stubborn. That's being stubborn.
Yeah, but it's kind of
you
almost
said
the
it-
same thing.
You said it at the beginning of this conversation. You're trying to be more mindful of appreciating greatness.
Right.
And that's why, like, you know, I try to be more objective about LeBron. And I know that you don't like him, but think about like
My problem is not
you're-
the fact that I'm never going to dispute the fact that like LeBron is very skilled and talented. I hate some of the ways that LeBron plays, and it really makes me mad. I don't even give a fuck that he switched teams. Go do your thing, you know. Like you came back, you won in Cleveland, you proved your point. It's cool, whatever. I got respect for LeBron. There's just some of the ways that he plays on the court. A lot of like the little tic-tacky bitchiness that he is involved in.
Oh, of course.
But like.
But you gotta appreciate greatness. He passed Kobe in terms of points.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the craziest thing. And I gotta feel for LeBron. I hope he's doing well, man. I know this isn't easy, because as we said that, you know, basketball feels like a brotherhood to us, and we're just watching them through a screen.
Yeah.
You know, these guys have been together for years.
I mean, like, even when you look at like who are the big analysts now, right? They're all former players who are now sitting around talking about the game together.
Yeah, it's become friends. Charles Barkley said it. He was like, "Man, I feel like this is my family," right? Like he's like, I wasn't close with Kobe, but why am I so sad? He said is because it feels like a family member has passed,
Right.
and it's sad, man, and it's definitely not something that anybody expected. And like you said, I didn't expect to be this sad over something.
What really was kind of
Like
crazy
this,
too.
but
Sunday was also the night of the Grammys,
yeah,
and they were having a Nipsey Hussle tribute. So I don't know, man. LA taking a couple losses, and then
LA, but
in turn,
the world is taking some losses. You know,
well, yeah. Let me just finish.
families. A lot of families were affected by this.
Yeah.
Did you see that? How the Lakers honored him the other night? They basically had Usher was there. He's saying "Amazing Grace." They had somebody playing the violin, very sad music, of course, while they did a Kobe tribute on the jumbotron.
Yeah. I saw like some of like yeah okay, so I
You
kind of
saw
saw
that,
a little
okay.
bit of that. Yeah,
They had they had lined the stadium with 8s and 24 shirts.
yeah,
And they reserved the seats, the last 2 seats that Gianna and Kobe sat in,
yeah.
with their jerseys on them, and then her teammates were all there as well
Damn.
on the sideline, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, pretty emotional night.
Right.
I know the Lakers lost, but I don't believe that night was about winning or losing. I think that was just a night about honoring Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
You know, but that I thought that was pretty cool too. I also saw that Lower Merion. So apparently what happened was Kobe Bryant's jersey, high school jersey, had been stolen and sold to somebody in China.
Damn.
Some private owner in China, and then it was given back like last weekend, and they hung it up at the high school, and his cousin actually unveiled it.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's real dope.
thought that was pretty cool as well. What else? I've seen other things, and it's really been comforting hearing all the stories about Kobe.
Yeah. They had of course Team Mac talking, and they were of course
T-Mac was hurting.
they were
man.
close.
Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson's hurting, man. Again, we've given we've said our thoughts are with the families, but man, even a lot of these NBA players who have known him since '96, man, and beyond. Was it Byron Scott? I think he said that he's known Kobe since like '89.
Yeah.
And because he played in Italy with his father.
Right.
Yeah, it's really nice to hear a lot of the stories about man, Kobe's been Kobe since Kobe was a Kobe. Like I don't even know how to say it other than that.
They had an interview with Ice Cube, and he was talking about it, and he was like, I don't
the
have.
first person you text?
Well, he was like, I don't have very many people who. Oh yeah, that part too. But he's like, I don't have very many people who are younger than me that I consider my heroes, but like he was one of them, type of thing, And I think one of the words he used was profound, and I was like, I'm not 100% sure profound is the right word for this thing, and then I realized, yeah, I mean the impact, the legacy that Kobe built and left behind is profound. So I guess it was only suiting that like everybody's kind of left speechless.
Yeah.
And
that's really probably the best way to describe it. It was one of those moments like when she told us, we were like, what?
like bullshit.
Get the fuck out of here, right? Like, not
Yeah.
Kobe. Kobe wasn't going to pass like that.
Yeah.
Kobe still hasn't accepted his Hall of Fame speech,
Yeah,
His-
and
his
that's
statue-
another thing that hurt Shaq. He was saying,
we're all the conversations. You think about it, like there's memories that him and only him and Kobe have shared,
yeah,
and now nobody else to speak to about him but himself. Because Kobe's no longer there to share with.
yeah,
And Shaq said it. He was like, all the greats that came before me are here still.
yeah,
I can talk to them. I've seen them. They're around. Kobe wasn't supposed to go this way.
yeah,
And it's weird. I think I've been fighting the idea that Kobe, because of how fearless he seemed and seemingly almost indestructible or destroyable,
yeah.
that it's like, I don't know. I feel like I struggle with the idea that maybe how was he in that moment?
Yeah,
Was he like Mamba mentality?
yeah.
I hate to think about it that way, but it's like
No, I mean I've thought about it too, and it's hard to kind of imagine because like even the most strong-minded person, even if he's not worried for himself, his daughter is there,
There's other children in there. There's people,
and that's why I fucking hated like all these reports that were coming up. Like, if you're in the media business, you have responsibility, and you need to make sure that everything that you're reporting is accurate. Like, I heard obviously Rick Fox. We talked about that. Then they said that all of his daughters were on board, and then they said, okay, no, it's just one of his daughters, and we were like, that's not even a relief. Like, I read something somewhere that said him and Vanessa had a pact that they would never fly on a helicopter together.
really.
Yeah. Because, I mean, unfortunately, there was a husband and wife on board, who now have 2 kids left behind without them. You know?
Correct.
So of course, thoughts are with
to
them. Yeah. That's just crazy. So
If that's the case,
I thought that was interesting though.
He was well aware. He's been doing it. And Kobe's been doing this for years, like decades. He's been going back and forth just so he can. He said so he can be home and in the carpool lane to pick up his kids. You know, and
Yeah, he's like, obviously you're traveling so much, you don't have a lot of time to make memories. So even if it's that 20-minute car ride, like I want that.
Right, exactly, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy, man.
Super crazy. So yeah, I don't know, craziness. Still kind of hard to believe, hard to swallow.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely something that is, you know, every day you're like, oh shit, that was real. You know,
and the Mamba camp, they set up a fund to help out the other families who were involved in this.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And it's strong for them to do that too.
Yeah. I maybe if Adam gets a chance, he'll put it in the link below. Just, you know, we know not a lot. I mean, we don't have a lot of subscribers, so you guys are probably like the chances of you guys not having heard about this, this you know, organization they set up.
Yeah,
it's pretty slim, but you know, at least, you know, we'll put it up there just so you guys can see it and you know, do what you can if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't really know where to go from there.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I you know, I just want to say rest in peace to Kobe Bryant.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, thank you for the memories, even though they were frustrating ones.
Hey, if you were there, if you were a part of the memory that I was hating you, then you still made a big impact on me. You know,
most definitely. And the word hate anymore, hate isn't there anymore. It hasn't been for a long time for me.
Hate is a term to be used with a grain of salt in this.
Yeah,
context,
no, this is
you know,
that's sports related,
yep.
but only because you beat our teams, but other than that, it's admiration, it's respect, and it's, you know, just honestly,
and you know what, you kept the game
gratitude,
alive.
man. Thank you for, you know, representing the sport.
Yeah,
you know, that means so much to us and so many others. Thanks for trying. You know, thanks for pushing it forward. You know, women's basketball, even though me and Adam make jokes about it, is also culturally important. You know, and you know, thank you for trying to push that forward as well.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna miss you, and you know, we'll do our best to keep Mamba mentality, and obviously, you know, just try to. That's why I said I'm trying to. I want to get back to playing ball. I don't want to take for granted the fact that I can still play it, or still play it. I had
still play it is used loosely
with
and
quotations,
without
you know?
any kind of second thought.
Exactly. I don't. You know, I'm pretty sure in my mind I can do some quick cuts, but not my body.
No.
So all that being said, I'm going to make it a point to try to play a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because your tomorrow's not promised. The next day isn't promised. The next hour.
There are some things that I think happen because they're supposed to provide perspective, right? And I don't know, like it's hard to decide if I really subscribe to the idea that like you go when it's your time type of thing, or if shit just kind of happens. But with this, like, again, Kobe is such a high profile human, right? And like everybody across the world knows him. Even if you haven't watched a game of basketball in your life, you probably know who Kobe Bryant is and what he does, right? So it's like, yeah. I forgot where the beginning of my statement was going with this, but yeah. So when somebody like that who's made such a big impact, when they pass, or you know, as Bun so eloquently puts it, transitioned, it kind of like it makes you kind of reevaluate things sometimes, right? And you hear about the legacy that they left behind, and there's, you know, videos of them. A lot of like the interviews that I never maybe watched with Kobe before, I watch now, and I'm like, wow, like he was onto something early, you know. And he was very smart. So it kind of makes you take a second look and take a second appreciation, because obviously people who we view as immortal, maybe from our side of things, and you know, obviously as Chicago sports fans, we have a lot of basketball heroes, right? If one of them is able to go, and it's like, yeah, it's shocking, but it kind of is eye-opening at the same time.
I agree, and that thought has crossed my mind. You know, it makes you think, all right, enjoy the day more, enjoy life more, be open to things, Say yes to things.
Yeah.
Go for what you want. Go for what you love. You know, you don't got enough time to just fill life with things you don't need and do things you don't want to do.
Yeah.
There's a difference between don't want to and if it's there's a thing that's not for you, you know.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't seem to be serving, like we
Don't want to and don't like to.
yeah, you know, it's whatever. But you know, again, just all of that being said, man, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
And when you love someone and appreciate them, always make sure to let them know. Cause
yeah, man,
as we saw from that 12-hour period, you never know. You know,
you never.
he was.
Know.
It's not like what I thought was crazy too. He wasn't doing like some cross continental shit. He was going 20 minutes. You know, and that 20 minutes, he didn't know that shit was gonna happen, but in a heartbeat. You know,
in a heartbeat, it can go. It can.
Um,
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant,
rest in
man,
peace, and everybody else.
We love you. Thank you for, you know, being a part of this basketball brotherhood that we are so distantly a part of.
Right.
You know, but
We watch
you know,
from afar, but we would like to be involved.
But 3-4 more inches though, we might have made Kobe Bryant.
You know what I mean?
saying?
But
But you know, we didn't. So
we didn't do that.
you know, thank you for carrying the game for as long as you did, and we'll do our best to
Yeah.
continue doing so. You know, us and the whole basketball community worldwide.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Rest in peace to you all.
rest in peace to everybody who involved in that tragedy. Kobe, we're gonna miss you for sure. Thoughts to everybody involved, all their families who are left with this. But yeah, so we can go to a slightly different basketball topic. It's the only real way to move out of this. And,
Yeah, I was gonna say
I think we talked about it for half an hour now. So.
Yeah.
But it's All-Star Weekend next weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and what the fuck? Let me just ask that question.
Oh yeah, Lou, I like. It's been one. There's no Chicago players in the All-Star game.
And it's at the United Center, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
There's
It's
nobody to
Chicago.
represent the team. I feel like,
It's like a slap in the face.
well, we don't have anybody worth putting
Zach
there.
Levine is actually doing well enough to say, okay, it's in Chicago. Let's give him a spot.
You would think so, yeah.
I know. I definitely
Or like
know. So
Markkinen, maybe, or you know, somebody who plays for our team to represent the city while we're here doing All-Star
Somebody.
shit. But also the format of the All-Star game. Can we talk about how stupid that is?
Somebody who loves me.
Who?
I'm talking about like if only somebody loves somebody from the Bulls to put him on the All-Star game.
Oh, yeah. No.
I
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
be
lie, I don't
on the
really love
All-Star
anybody on the
team.
Bulls right now
Huh?
either, so I don't really love anybody
I
on the
don't
Bulls either.
I don't really care about the Bulls. I don't know who's on them. I really
I
don't.
wish they were doing good because I want to watch, but I don't want to watch because I know they suck. You know?
It's not that they suck.
No, they suck.
It's no. It's not that they suck. Because you can suck and still get my love.
They're terrible.
It's not them. It's Garpax. That's really all it is for me. If it wasn't for those
They
fucks.
cannot play well. I cannot watch it.
All right, listen. True, but it's because they've been constructed by two. I don't even know what kind of I want to call them dickhead dipshits and fucking douchebags, but
Dummies.
I don't know how to combine those three words. So just call them fucking shit faces. Worse,
The poosh bag.
like literally waste of spaces. This is one looks like a cartoon character from like Doug, and the other one looks like fucking Tom
Skeeter?
Cruise. Tom Cruise is like stunt double with his big fat head. Yo, why did his head get so? How did John Paxson's head get so big?
Yeah, head implants.
No, dude, if you look at him when he hit the shot in '93,
Yeah.
right? He did not look like that. His head was a lot smaller. It was like your size. You think your head's gonna get as big as fucking John Paxson?
How the fuck should I know? What kind of question is that?
Pull up the rules for the All-Star game real quick.
Okay.
Because they've been as if you guys watch the All-Star game, as you know, they've been tinkering. Tinkering. They've been tinkering with the rules for some time. Like now they got captains. The teams are picked by the captains. Whereas before it wasn't like that. It was by All-Star votes, and now everybody, by position gets placed. So now they've created a whole nother thing, right?
What the fuck? Okay, so
Are you reading it before you say it?
just this sentence already threw me off. Format honors Kobe Bryant and has teams play to final target score in untimed fourth quarter.
I don't know that this honors Kobe Bryant correctly. Like, listen, one, not to go back to the Kobe Bryant thing, but I love how all the players are unofficially retiring his number, right? I feel
Yeah.
like all teams should retire Kobe Bryant's number, right? 8 and 24,
Yeah.
you know? And I guess if you want to go ahead and retire 2 as well, that would be nice as well. It would be a nice what's the word I'm looking for? A nice gesture.
Well, they're doing so. This is what they're doing to honor Kobe
With the other teams or for the All-Star game?
for All-Star game.
Well, I also wanted to say I like that. However, all the other players like LeBron and Anthony Davis wore the armband like Kobe, the baggy. They
Yeah.
did the whole thing. His shoes.
Yeah,
I just like how all the players are coming together to honor him in their own way.
and Dallas, I believe, is retiring them both numbers, right?
Yeah, I think all teams should do that across
Yeah.
the board.
Shout out to Mark Cuban and all them who are influencing that part.
100. He did that quick.
Yeah.
All the coaches have been wearing Kobe's.
Yeah,
Have you seen that? All the coaches from all teams.
and of course, it's fucked up. Like, I was part of the people who were going on finish line trying to find some Kobe's, and can't find them anywhere.
No, dude, I was trying to cop a few pairs like for the last like year or so. I've been trying to grab a pair of Kobe's, but I just couldn't find a pair that I liked. I wanted a pair of the Grinches, right? Just because that's just green is my shit. They got the red laces and all that. And then they just released the Protros a month ago, and I tried to grab them and I couldn't. And now you'll never be able to buy a pair of Kobe's
Technically,
again.
I have 2 pairs of Adidas Crazy 8s, which were what Kobe was using early on.
That's true. We had the T-Max, the Adidas back in the day. We never had the Kobe's.
Yeah.
Because they were similar shoes. And then what else? What was I gonna say?
Shit.
Oh, and the Hirachis I had back in the day, the 2K4s or the 2K5s or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Those were Kobe's, but
I like
Kobe
those.
had the Laker way.
Right.
I had the red, white, and silver.
That's
Remember
the
them
thing.
joints?
That's the thing with the Crazy 8s.
Those went to
I
the
have red and white.
ground.
Yeah. I have a pair of red and white Crazy 8s, and then I have a pair that is like Bulls. So it's like
So you never got a Kobe
it's like
colorway?
Red, no, but it's like red patent leather. Has like anyway.
It's almost impossible to get a pair of color Kobe colorways now. You'd be hard pressed to find it.
Yeah, I'm sure you go on StockX and it's gonna be through the roof.
Impossible.
Okay, so the changes include a new fourth quarter format that will honor the late Kobe Bryant, who earned 18 NBA All-Star selections and a record-tying 4 NBA All-Star Game MVP awards.
Right.
That alone is crazy too. Additional plans to honor Kobe during NBA All-Star 2020 in Chicago will be announced at a later date. Okay, well, that's great. Anyway, so in the 69th NBA All-Star Game, Team Giannis and Team LeBron
Did you say Giannis?
That's what I call him, Giannis.
God, you're the worst. You pronounce everything phonetically when it's not supposed to be.
It's a Greek name.
It's Giannis.
Giannis.
You're Giannis. You're jealous.
The fuck?
I'm jealous that they got 2 brothers or 3 brothers in the league.
That's a lot of money in that
I am
house.
jealous.
I'm like, dude, let's just put our money together and buy a city.
Buy the team.
Yeah. All right. So they will compete to win each of the first 3 quarters, all of which will start with a score of 0-0 and will be 12 minutes long. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, the game clock will be turned off and a final target score will be set.
What's the final target score?
The final target score will be determined by taking the leading team's total cumulative score through 3 quarters and adding 24 points.
Huh?
So
So like, what if it's like 38, 28, 48, and then they add 24 to that?
the final target
So,
score
like-
will be determined by taking the leading team's cumulative score through 3 quarters and adding 24 points.
So it theoretically could be like 100 to like 170?
They usually score that high anyway. I don't know. That's weird.
After you've added the 24 points.
The final target score will be determined by taking the leading team's total cumulative score through 3 quarters and adding 24 points.
Okay, so
The
what about the
24
other team?
The 24 representing Bryant's jersey number for the final 10 seasons of his NBA career. The teams will then play an untimed fourth quarter, and the first team to reach the final target score will win the NBA All-Star game.
What if the fucking other team is so far behind?
I
Like,
don't
what
know.
if the one team's cumulative score is like 70 and the other one's cumulative score is like 125, right? So now it's like it's
Okay,
it's
here's
like
an example.
149,
I found an example.
149 to 60.
found an
Like,
ex-
dude, you
I
got to go
found-
to 149 from 60.
I
It's
found an
impossible.
So look, it says, for example, if the cumulative score of the first 3 quarters is 100 to 95, the final target score would be set at 124 points to win the NBA All-Star game. The team with 100
What if
points
it's
would need to score
125
24
to
points
60?
in the fourth quarter before the team with 95 points scores 29 points and vice versa. So that is how it is. If like
So they've got to score 24 points?
no. So after the third quarter ends, right? Let's say the third quarter ends and the score is 100 to 74.
Okay.
Then they're going to add 24 to 100. So then now the final score is 124 points. So now that whoever is in the lead only has to score 24 more points.
But the other one
The
has
other
to
team
score
has
as
to make
many?
up the difference.
So what if they got like 6? That's a lot. That's basically setting the second that other team up to fail.
I mean, yeah.
So this is only a 1-year thing?
I don't know if it's only 1 year. I know that this year the fourth quarter rule is specifically to honor Kobe. I'm sure maybe every year they'll kind of decide a new way to reach the target score. But
Okay. Well, I know we didn't read off Kobe's accolades, but everybody knows them.
I mean, that tells you right. 18 NBA All-Star selection says
5
a lot.
titles.
Yeah.
You know, I think it one MVP. I think he's got one MVP. I think he's got 3 Finals MVPs.
He was co-MVPs with Shaq.
Yeah, so I think he's got 3 Finals MVPs. 2 obviously when Shaq wasn't there. He won 3 in a row, then 2 in a row. 3 with Shaq, 2 by himself, and not by himself. That's
Paul Gasol.
disrespectful. Paul Gasol,
Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher, fucking I think Ron Artest. You know, we don't want to forget them, but he's done a lot.
Right.
So it's only right to honor him more and more. And I'm pretty sure. So the it's crazy. The NBA's lost David Stern and Kobe Bryant in 1 month.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. I kind of forgot about David Stern.
Yeah, so this is 2 blows. This is a nice jab cross.
Yeah.
They were already wearing black bands on the jerseys, so now I think they're gonna be putting. They have like a Kobe Bryant KB
Yeah.
that they put on their jerseys as well. So I mean, I think for the rest of the season, you're gonna see a lot of tributes to him.
What do you think about their call for them to change the NBA logo to Kobe?
So
Now, also keep in mind that they talked to Jerry West about it, and he's like, "Please do." He's like, "I don't want to be the logo," you know.
I think Jerry West and his relationship with Kobe is a whole nother thing, man. Like,
Yeah.
that guy, I feel really bad. He said he doesn't think he'll ever get over this.
Yeah.
But I am not against it. If they do it, I won't be mad. I'll say that.
I would agree.
But if you do it, if you're going to change it, make sure it's changed to something that it's going to be for the next 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
You know? And I do believe that Kobe Bryant is worthy of it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think the Jumpman is the best looking NBA logo per se.
Well,
also,
they can't do
I
it
know
anyway.
they can't. There's legal things, which is fine. I just also don't think it's the I think Kobe's drive is similar to what MJ's drive was. Obviously, we know that.
What I would prefer the logo to be if you went with MJ is the cradle.
Oh, the cradle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
So.
But no, I think Kobe's is I think if you're going to do it, I'm okay with it. I'll be happy with it. I just want you to make sure that when you change it, this is what you want it to be.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. Because I mean, how often does a whole league want to change their logo? I know
Yeah.
you can always have like alternates and shit.
Because
Like
this is brand changing, and the league's logo. Although everybody else who watches it will know, brand recognition's big, and
it
those
just becomes an iconic logo.
yeah. So I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. Do what you got to do to honor Kobe.
Do you know who's the logo in the MLB?
Some dude hitting the baseball.
Is it like an actual? Is it an actual guy, or is it like a?
No, I maybe. I don't know.
Because I guess like everybody in baseball
Could
hits balls.
be one of the guy's
Balls.
son.
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude, swing this bat real quick. Let's have it.
It reminds me of that '70s show when he was having Kelso do the commercial for being the stock boy, and Eric was like, who better to do a commercial as a stock boy than, I don't know, an actual stock boy?
70 Show is a good show.
Yeah.
But speaking of honoring,
Yep.
though I'm sure we'll get back to Kobe at some point if in this show, they did honor 50 Cent
Whoa.
with his Hollywood Walk of Fame,
Look at the
star in the Walk of Fame.
transitions. My God.
You're
It's like he went on
already
the
in
edit
there.
profile and he was like transitions and he just selected it and picked
You
it.
already know. So they honored 50 Cent with his star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Shout out to 50.
Shout out to 50, who is one of my favorite people. I don't.
This level of pettiness makes me happy.
His level of petty is something I
Aspirations.
strive for
Yeah.
in life. Call it what you want, man, but fuck that. Kobe, I mean not Kobe. Well, Kobe, yes, but 50 has gone through a lot, man. People forget. I was talking to Vivi. I was like, listen, people hate on him, but you got to understand, 50 has gone through a lot in his life. His mother was murdered when he was young,
Yeah.
right? She was, and we obviously not many. I don't know how many people know about his childhood, but there was,
I mean, get rich or die trying.
yeah, you know. And then he was shot 9 times.
Yeah.
If nothing else happened to him bad again, that's enough for him to do anything he wants for the rest of his life.
That's pretty true. And he survived to tell the story. You know?
Survived to
and
tell
he
the
did tell the story.
he's
And then he
doing
got
it-
rich off the
right,
story.
right. He not only did he tell his story, but he turned his life to something that was he turned it from a negative to a positive.
What's the best 50 Cent song?
Fuck. What's the I'm gonna get another car.
Many Men?
Many Men. Yeah. Many Men is my shit. Many Men is my shit. Probably so. And rider music is shit. So what you call rider
Ski
music.
Mask Way.
Ski Mask music. Ski Mask Way is dope. What else is there that I really
50 had a nice run.
Dude, 50 could put a song out now and I'll like his verse.
No,
I like
that's not true.
I like 50's 50's got a dope voice still. He still can rap.
50's last album was extraordinarily underwhelming, but he did have a feature recently.
Hustle and Ambition
Yeah. Yeah.
from the movie.
Yeah.
That song, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Even window shopping's hilarious.
Yeah.
Use a window shopper. Mad
Then
at
he
me.
put out a series
I
of
think I
like some
know
mixtapes
why.
that were pretty good.
Oh,
The one that got
Guess Who's-
stretched.
Guess Who's Back? The Guess Who's Back before it came out on the one that came out before Richard Died Trying?
Yeah.
Man, that's a dope ass mixtape.
Yeah.
Fucking Arabs throwing planes to fucking buildings. Coke price went up 10 fucking grand this week. It's just hilarious, man. Wait, and I'm Arab. but
Like, now that I think about it.
but yeah, no, he's it's well deserved. I
Yeah.
watched his speech, which was awesome. It was very candid and 50 like, but also he held back tears,
Yeah.
which was not surprising because I don't take 50 to be somebody who can't be genuine.
Yeah.
Like I think people misconstrue.
Yeah.
Right?
It's because his public persona, he just makes fun of everybody. And
Yeah,
I really
but
enjoy it.
He's relentless, man. He's relentless.
But if it's one thing that these stories tell you is that 50 is not like a stingy
fucked
person.
with.
He's not a stingy person, right?
No.
Like, he's borrowing money to people. He's handing
No,
it
he
out.
said it. He was like, because Eminem was there, and Eminem said, you know, me and Dre, we recognized really early on that 50 was going to be something big based on his presence when he walked in the room when we first met him and all of these
Yeah.
things. And 50 said, you know, the same thing that M said that they were able to recognize within me. He's like, I can do that with others. He's like, so I'll recognize if somebody has some talent. So 50 is, I very inspirational in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I watched the speech. It was really nice. It was dope. And
Yeah, I mean, you can't deny that he busts his ass too, you know? Like, I mean, he's had a big, successful show. I have never seen Power, but it first of all, it just sounds
I've watched Power,
ridiculous.
but it's
But he let it live. How many seasons is there? Like 5 of that?
6, I think. And now I think he's got a show coming on ABC. I
Yeah.
think this dude is people.
Who was he talking shit to? There was somebody who he basically got their
Taraji?
show. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Man, you know what, man? Empire. I never watched Empire, but it seemed like it was like only thing I could say is Juicy Smollier, and that's and that Juicy Smollier
You are a famous actor.
and gay. Juicy Smollier is a funny name.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely well deserved.
Yeah, shout out to 50, man. You deserve that shit.
Which I want to take another little side step back to Kobe. I learned this later on, obviously, that he was also an Emmy winner.
Yeah, he won for that basketball story that he created.
Animated,
the short that he created, which also makes me want to fucking do it. Like, dude, it's just like anything he tried, it's like he put his all into. And
does he have a star yet or no?
Oh, that's probably coming. His statue's probably been expedited. Like they probably have had already known what they wanted to use. They're probably now just gonna put it. He might get multiple fucking statues.
Yeah.
People have been creating murals for him. That fucking crop circle thing they created for him. Like, how the hell did you do this?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has seen this picture or if it's just us, but somebody was mowing their lawn and made.
It's not mowing their lawn.
They were.
They had a big. They have a big like a farm or something.
Yo, this
you can't just do it in grass. I can't just go down there with the bevel trimmer and. Zzz.
You never know. I don't know what I did with
do
this picture.
know.
All I know is, that shit was impressive. That shit was impressive.
Yeah, I think it was cool.
It looked like somebody snapped a photo and, like, you know how they make face cake?
Like they digitally impose it in grass?
Yeah, somehow, right?
How'd you do that?
But yeah.
How you got that lined up?
What are you going to be doing for All-Star Weekend?
It's next week, right?
Yeah.
Probably avoiding the United Center.
Yeah, I figured avoiding anywhere
near the United Center,
east of like Arlington Heights Road for me. You know,
no, I'll be in the city, but I'll probably I don't know about where I'll watch it at. But I'm not going to go near the United Center for the weekend because that's gonna be a packed. It's gonna be a packed house.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be. The celebrities are gonna be here, but they're not really gonna be here. They're gonna be in the downtown somewhere in high rise chilling.
Yeah, and I just don't feel like I ever want to deal with that traffic and amount of people who are gonna be there.
Yep.
Downtown already fucking sucks.
Yep.
Now you add a big event that the whole fucking country celebrates. At this point, the whole world, like, people are gonna be flying in from out of
do you know how many
country.
people are gonna be here? All the video hoes and IG hoes.
Man, I'm gonna go downtown.
It's be ridiculous. How many fucking people are gonna be trying to get come up?
Yeah, that's true.
This is like Chicago's not really a celebrity friendly town.
It can be.
Can be where? When? Who?
There's mad celebrities who live in Chicago.
Where?
Downtown in a high rise.
Tell me when you see them.
Never.
Exactly.
But I don't go downtown, in all fairness. I haven't been down there in a minute.
Look, man, all I'm saying is you ain't seen shit.
Well, no. I mean, I think there's a lot of like lower key celebrities who live here. Like people who are like A-list.
The only people that live here are the
local celebrities, the news broadcasters.
They're celebrities. The fucking
technically.
And then no, I'm talking about sports guys. All the sports people, because we have 17 sports.
But
teams.
those people live in the suburbs.
Yes. And so do all the actors who are from Chicago.
There's a lot
of Cusacks and all that, and the Vince Vaughns and all them.
Mad respect to Vince Vaughn for still like being a Chicagoan, man.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure it probably would benefit him to live in LA.
100%. It would benefit them all. I would live in LA if I was a fucking entertainer. I'm not living here.
But I would probably have a house here anyway. So I would probably have a house there. So when I shoot,
no, I'd have a high rise here.
Live here.
Either that or I'd have a big ass crib where all of the family, like where the family live, and I just have like that's where I stay if I come here. Or I got like a high rise or some shit.
No, I'd have to give the family a different house.
Stay the fuck out.
I'd get one maybe next door, or like I'll live here, you live there.
Next door, like
in my
the
house
next
right
state. Next door means the state.
I love my family, but I don't want to live with them. So
yeah, well, you do. But anyway, there's not many celebrities that live here.
There's mad celebrities that live here. What the fuck is you talking about?
No, there's not, man.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Okay, so put it this way: there's 52 people on the Bears, right? Nobody knows what they look like because they all got helmets on. Same with
they always say who they are when the defense comes on. Like go through 12 dudes.
The only Hawks people know are Kane and Taves.
No, you're wrong.
We know what the coaches of the we know what the fucking what Nagy looks like more than we know what fucking most of the football players look like. We know.
Yeah,
what
but like I
Mitch
said,
looks
every
like.
time
And Khalil.
every time the offense or defense comes on for the first time of a game, they all go there and say which college they're from, and they all don't
Nobody
have a helmet on.
remembers that, dude.
That's a lie.
Most people aren't even watching until after that.
Listen, I
Game's
think,
about to start.
I think you're wrong in this argument.
No, you are wrong.
There's mad celebrities who live here.
You're wrong.
Mostly yes, sports.
Ooh,
Probably.
no, that's a celebrity, but that's not that celebrity. I'm
It
talking about
is.
fucking like celebrities who like are movie stars and shit.
And we just got through talking about how Chicago fans are diehard. So they're celebrities
are
to the
diehard.
Chicagoans, which we are. So,
but we don't see them anywhere.
But they are here
In
is
the
what I'm
off
saying.
season, they don't live here.
Well, would you?
No.
But they do live.
So
here,
we don't
technically.
see them because during the season, half of the time they're on the road, the other half they're at the training facility, and then when they're not here, they're
Look,
not here.
Half these books filled with bullshit. The other half lies. All right, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Speaking of bullshit and lies, why didn't fucking Derrick Rose get a All-Star
Yeah, it's a good
spot?
question.
He deserved it, man.
At this point, I think it's just hate. I think
it's-
it is hate.
It's like I don't understand. Like
People
how
are still skeptical
how
when they
can
look at Derrick Rose.
somebody be as great as he was, get injured and go through so much, right? But before that, be highly thought of and coveted, and then go through what he did,
Yeah.
go through it and beat it, and now is even more improved player than he was
Right.
before then.
Mhm.
Came out on the other side on top, or seemingly, and not be even remotely,
He's smarter now. He's more efficient now. He's like,
how can you not
He's
give this guy
productive as
credit?
fuck
Is what I'm
still.
saying. How can you not give him credit? He's all of January he scored over 20 points a game and almost like 10 assists.
he's persevered.
He's extremely
against all of-
efficient.
Yeah. He's faced a lot of difficulty in his career because of injury.
To not get even a reserve based on listen, players.
Lesser players have been career ending for what he's been through, but he's come back and worked hard and busted his ass because he loves the game and he loves to be in the league, and he has come back and improved, and he's gotten smarter, and he's make more. Most of his percentages after every game is like over 50%. You know, and he's taking jump shots and shit. Like his game has been refined so that he's not constantly killing his knees trying to gun it up and down
No,
the
he's
court.
learned. He's learned, and that's important. And nobody's giving him
he's
credit.
remained just as productive.
Acknowledge the man for what he's doing.
I mean, if you're averaging over 20 points now,
I think he's
and
at the
you're-
skills though.
Yeah, but what the fuck? Like, he was in a skills challenge like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I
like,
think
come on, quit throwing him these like crumbs. Give Derek the credit he's due.
you're having 4 different NBA All-Star games technically. So
Yeah, give him
could have gave him
some
one.
fucking credit, man.
Yeah.
But we're on record being
We're biased.
Yeah, 100%, and will be for forever. So
Yeah.
Derek is another one of those players, man. So
Yeah. If you're a Derek hater,
fuck you. Yeah, man.
But yeah, so I think that's all that's really on tap. I mean, the Super Bowl is tonight.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch a little bit of it, like whatever. I always
Yeah.
enjoy the commercial breaks.
That's usually the best
Also,
part.
you got
I'm not-
J Lo and Shakira performing tonight.
Yeah, we're not as big NFL player. I'm not big on NFL at all, Adam. We used to be larger NFL fans. We used to watch football all the time. I know you still catch it on Sundays, but
Yeah, I
but
mean-
once at least the Bears.
Yeah,
But I don't really do it too often. But I do go the day after and look for who had the best commercials.
yeah, yeah, for sure. That's all it's really. I don't have any stake in either of these teams. I do think the Chiefs are going to win. Just note that I'm recording here on a Sunday before the game starts because it's only 1:00 right now.
It's
Predicted
true.
that
I'll vouch. I will say that I would rather go for the Niners because I want Garoppolo, who is at least a Chicago connection.
Jimmy G.
But that being said, I don't really give a fuck. So
No. Oh, Lamar Jackson got MVP.
yeah, that's dope. I saw that he was the last quarterback on the board in the draft, and now he's the MVP, which is fucking dope.
Unanimous MVP as well.
Good, really unanimous. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He's had a killer season. Can't even front.
Sports are just so dope to me, man. I'm getting back to hooping starting this week for sure.
It's one of those professions where you get acknowledged for your accomplishments,
it's just-
which I'm not used to having.
It's crazy because you're playing a sport, but it's the most acknowledgement and gratification I think you can receive, unless you like teaching kids or saving cats from trees and like things that like
I can never be a veterinarian because I
oh my
would be
emotion
upset
I would
to see
I
those
would
things and
cry every day.
You'd be like Joe Budden.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it at all.
Yeah,
There's no way. I had a Facebook memory come up of Stacks.
Yeah, so you shared that.
Yeah, dude, that was 9 years ago. I know it didn't show it, but like I meant to show the time hop.
Yeah,
And it was 9 years ago.
yeah.
That was that. And Stacks, if you guys didn't know, he passed. My dog, who passed last year in September, he was 10 years 9 months. So that was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So he was over just a year old and shit.
Yeah, rest in peace, Stacks.
Rest
man.
in peace, Stacks, bro. We love you.
Lot of funny shit what you do.
Yeah, man, indeed.
Well, I know you don't really have anything sneaker wise to talk about because you are wearing the same ones.
Yeah, man.
But
I like 'em.
I put these on solely for the fact that it's All-Star Weekend next week, and this will be out on Tuesday, so that's my celebration.
Oh,
It's a celebration.
Charlie Murphy. Bitches. Show Charlie Murphy your titties.
I wish I had more hands so I can give those titties 4 thumbs down. Yeah. Lil Wayne put out an album. I hear it's trash.
Is it?
I keep hearing it. I haven't heard the album itself. Obviously.
I'll listen to it this week and see what, and then next week I can
But
tell you.
to
if
be
we
fair,
confirm it.
this is also what I thought about the Carter 5.
Yeah, I didn't think that was great either.
Like, if you're going to put something in the Carter...
We may seem like harsh judges of music, but at some point you got to realize that there's so much coming out that we don't need to like listen to something we don't care for.
This is why I'm a harsh judge, because when you have the Carter 2 and the Carter 3,
yeah,
and then you give us this.
yeah.
Like
I mean, maybe at some point it just means put the pen down. But as Eminem fans, Sammy and others prove that there's an audience for everybody, and
you know what I realized?
It's always and listen, it's to each his own. It really is.
You know what I realized? Everybody's like, Stan. In the actual song, Stan, he says,
Stop fucking being a stan.
that's my little brother, man. He's only 6 years old. He said something about like he likes you more than I do. So I realized that Stan's brother is really the biggest fan of all time.
And Stan's just a weirdo.
Stan is just like the creepy brother who's piggybacking or something.
I hope you had a chance. I ain't mad. I just think it's fucked up. You don't answer fans.
So all you people who are like, "Oh, I'm a Stan," well, you're not a very big fan, apparently. So,
we were
stupid.
Eminem fans, and I am an Eminem fan outside of music. I think I enjoy Eminem outside of music. I just don't think that.
I also am mad at Eminem because I largely blame him for the fact that Slaughterhouse isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah, I'll say that too. But I won't give it all. I put that all on him. I already give him enough grief. So. Good grief, Charlie Brown.
I like to add more grievances so that Sammy gets mad.
Dude, he's the biggest stan of them all. I don't even.
He's Stan's brother.
You literally he would not. He'll say anything is good Eminem music.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's some things that I find that I enjoy here and there still, but like.
Once in a while, but not really. And I don't really want to get into the Eminem topic today either, because I'm not interested.
I think I'm like close to calling it.
Yeah, I think we've given them enough. It was a pretty heavy episode.
Yeah.
Again, we appreciate you guys listening with us, and those of you who also are grieving the loss of Kobe Bryant as well. Of any of you who, I know you're not listening because none of you are probably our subscribers, but anybody who is grieving those who passed in the helicopter. That weren't, a Bryant, hearts out to you as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just Mamba mentality, everybody. Just go for what you love in life, man.
And I meant to give a disclaimer at the beginning of the episode that if you are like indifferent to this whole Kobe thing, then this is probably not the episode for you. You should turn it off.
Right.
So if for whatever reason you're like, oh, let me skip to the last chapter of the story.
Well, now you know.
Start to see what it is about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That's all I really got for you there. Again, sorry that I always forget which episode it is because I think we're just gonna put it like on a page a day calendar in the top above.
77.
Like 77.
7-11. 7-11. Wait, that's not that. Anyway. For Grizzly Adams.
And
No, don't do it on the fly.
Purple swag over here.
Purple pants, purple swag, purple pants, purple swag.
Yeah, that is the KKP Kiona and Kasson podcast for you guys. Episode number 77. It's a wrap. We're done. We potted. We saw. We conquered, or something like that. And we'll catch you on episode number 78.
Peace.
We'll be feeling great.